Hello, it's Tim from Global Therapies, physiotherapist, and we're looking at general stuff over the next few weeks to do with physiotherapy, concepts, ideas, thoughts, etc. Last week I mentioned that I'll talk a little bit about the idea of when do we finish rehabilitation. A lot of people, when they come to me for physiotherapy, they get their exercise and oh great, thank you very much indeed. When do I stop? Or more likely, they will do their exercises for a short while and then they will stop after a couple of weeks. Nothing wrong with that as long as the exercises have done what they need to do. However, the concept of when to stop physiotherapy or when to stop rehabilitation is quite interesting because there is really a continuum from your rehabilitation at one end of the spectrum, so everything very low intensity, low level, kind of helping the tissues to heal, helping to get stronger, etc., 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 right through that continuum, right the way up to strength training type stuff. If you ask me, should we be strength training? Absolutely, yes. I think the government recommendations are strength training 3 times a week is a good thing to do. And so when do you stop rehabilitating? Well, you don't really ever stop rehabilitating because that morphs into your slowly into your strength training and then into your 3 times a week what you should be doing. So for example, if we're getting someone to do sit to stands like the equivalent of a squat, okay, very lowest level, well, not quite the very lowest level, but a fairly low level, you're just doing sit to stands like we were talking about last week to get up off the toilet, that kind of thing. This is relatively low level exercise, that's absolutely fine. That can be, if you're finding it very difficult to do, that is your rehabilitation. Now, to bring that on a little bit, if you are able to do, for example, 3 by 10 of those, what you then do is you weight it. You get yourself a small weight, and then your rehabilitation is now a slightly weighted sit to stand. Fantastic. What do you do when you can get through 3 times 10 of that? Well, what you do then is you get hold of a slightly larger weight. Now, your rehabilitation is a slightly larger weight. Are you still doing it 3 times a week? Yes, absolutely. Are you still doing it as often as you can with that ability to rest and recover? Yes, absolutely. When you can do that, what do you do? Well, you pick up a heavier weight and then you carry on. What do you do when you can do those? Well, you take the seat away and then you start doing squats with the weight. At that point, is this still rehabilitation or is it strength training? Or are they one and the same thing across the continuum? That's my thoughts on where to stop with rehabilitation. You never actually stop rehabilitating, it just morphs, it just continues on into strength training, and that is something that we should be doing 2-3 times a week. Do we all? No, we don't, but it's perhaps something we should aspire to and something that maybe we should look to do over the next kind of few weeks as we go into the new year. Don't make a New Year's resolution, they always get broken. Start it before the new year, start it on Christmas Day. Start thinking rehabilitation into strength training. Strength training is what we need to do. Happy Christmas, have a wonderful time, and I'll try and get another one out of these out before New Year.